Naphthalene balls, those small white spheres tucked away in our closets, emitting a pungent, unmistakable aroma. We've all encountered them, often associating their presence with our grandparents' belongings or that musty smell of old clothes. But what exactly are these curious balls, and why are they so ubiquitous in our homes? Naphthalene balls are essentially solidified crystals of naphthalene, a white volatile organic compound derived from coal tar. Known for its distinctive odor, naphthalene possesses a unique property. It sublimates, meaning it transitions directly from a solid to a gas at room temperature. This gaseous form is what lends naphthalene balls their pest-repelling prowess. For generations, naphthalene balls have been employed as a household remedy against moths, insects, and mildew, safeguarding our clothes, blankets, and books from their damaging effects. Their effectiveness in repelling these unwelcome guests has cemented their place in our homes, becoming an integral part of our cleaning and storage practices. However, in recent times, concerns have been raised about the potential health and environmental risks associated with naphthalene. This has led to a debate about the continued use of these pungent spheres, prompting us to re-evaluate their place in our modern lives. Are they a harmless tradition passed down through generations, or do they pose a hidden threat lurking within our homes? The popularity of naphthalene balls stems primarily from their effectiveness in deterring pests. Moths, notorious for their penchant for natural fibers like wool and silk, can wreak havoc on our cherished garments. Naphthalene, with its potent vapor, disrupts their life cycle, repelling adult moths and preventing them from laying eggs. Similarly, silverfish, those tiny, silver-colored insects that thrive in humid environments, are also kept at bay by naphthalene. These creatures, attracted to paper and starch, can damage books, documents, and even wallpaper. The presence of naphthalene balls creates an unfavorable environment for them, protecting our belongings from their insidious advances. Beyond moths and silverfish, naphthalene balls also deter other common household pests like cockroaches, ants, and even mice to some extent. The strong odor acts as a deterrent, masking the scent of food and other attractants, making our homes less inviting for these unwelcome guests. This ability to provide broad-spectrum pest control, coupled with their affordability and ease of use, has made naphthalene balls a staple in many households, particularly in regions prone to infestations. Naphthalene's effectiveness in repelling pests lies in its unique chemical properties. As it sublimates, it releases vapors that are toxic to many insects, including moths and silverfish. These vapors permeate the air, reaching even the tiniest crevices where pests might hide. Insects breathe through tiny openings in their bodies called spiracles. When they inhale the naphthalene vapors, the chemical enters their system, disrupting their nervous system and metabolic processes. This disruption can lead to paralysis and eventually death, effectively breaking the pest's life cycle. While the concentration of naphthalene vapors released from household balls is generally not lethal to humans, it is still high enough to cause discomfort and potentially trigger adverse reactions, especially in sensitive individuals. This highlights the importance of using naphthalene balls with caution and understanding their potential risks. While commonly associated with protecting clothes, naphthalene balls find use in various other applications. Their ability to repel pests and absorb moisture makes them versatile tools for household maintenance. Gardeners often utilize naphthalene balls to protect their plants from burrowing rodents and insects. Placing a few balls around the base of plants or in garden beds can deter these pests from damaging roots and foliage. However, it's crucial to ensure the balls are not directly in contact with the plant to avoid potential harm. In areas prone to dampness and mildew, naphthalene balls can help absorb excess moisture and prevent the growth of mold and mildew. Placing a few balls in storage containers, basements, or even inside shoes can help keep these areas dry and odor-free. However, it's important to note that using naphthalene balls for these purposes should be done with caution, especially in enclosed spaces. Proper ventilation is crucial to prevent the buildup of naphthalene vapors, which can be harmful when inhaled in large quantities. Section 5. The sinister side of naphthalene. Health concerns arise. While naphthalene balls have long been lauded for their pest-repelling prowess, their use is not without downsides. In fact, mounting evidence suggests that these pungent spheres can pose significant health risks to humans, particularly with prolonged or excessive exposure. One of the primary concerns associated with naphthalene is its potential to damage red blood cells. Exposure to high concentrations of naphthalene vapors can lead to a condition called hemolytic anemia, where red blood cells are destroyed faster than the body can replace them. This can result in fatigue, shortness of breath, pale skin, and in severe cases may require medical intervention. Furthermore, naphthalene has been identified as a potential carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. While more research is needed to establish a definitive link between naphthalene exposure and cancer in humans, studies on animals have shown that prolonged exposure can increase the risk of developing certain types of cancer. These health concerns have led to increased scrutiny of naphthalene use, with many countries implementing stricter regulations or even banning the use of naphthalene balls altogether. Section 6: Naphthalene and our children, a dangerous liaison. Children with their developing organs and smaller body size are particularly vulnerable to the harmful effects of naphthalene. Their natural curiosity and tendency to explore their surroundings through touch and taste make them more susceptible to accidental ingestion or prolonged exposure to naphthalene vapors. Exposure to naphthalene can lead to a condition called hemolytic anemia in children, which is characterized by the destruction of red blood cells. This can result in symptoms like fatigue, weakness, pale skin, and shortness of breath. In severe cases, it can even lead to jaundice, a yellowing of the skin and eyes. Moreover, children who accidentally ingest naphthalene balls can experience severe symptoms such as vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and even seizures. In such scenarios, immediate medical attention is crucial to prevent life-threatening complications. Section 7: Environmental impact, naphthalene's lingering presence. The environmental impact of naphthalene is another cause for concern. As a volatile organic compound, naphthalene readily evaporates into the air, contributing to air pollution. This can exacerbate respiratory problems in humans and negatively impact the environment. Furthermore, naphthalene can contaminate water sources through improper disposal. If naphthalene balls are discarded in landfills, they can leach into the groundwater, contaminating drinking water supplies and harming aquatic life. The manufacturing process of naphthalene balls also raises environmental concerns. The use of coal tar, a byproduct of coal processing, as a raw material for naphthalene production, contributes to the release of greenhouse gases and other pollutants into the atmosphere. These environmental concerns highlight the need for responsible disposal of naphthalene balls and the exploration of eco-friendly alternatives for pest control. Section 8: Alternatives to naphthalene, safer choices for pest control. Fortunately, safer and more environmentally friendly alternatives to naphthalene balls are available for those seeking to protect their belongings from pests. These alternatives offer effective pest control without the potential health risks and environmental hazards associated with naphthalene. Cedar chips and blocks are a natural and effective alternative to naphthalene balls. The wood of cedar trees contains natural oils that repel moths and other insects. Placing cedar chips or blocks in closets and storage containers can provide a pleasant scent while keeping pests at bay. Another natural alternative is dried lavender. The fragrant flowers of lavender not only repel moths but also add a delightful aroma to clothes and linens. Dried lavender can be placed in sachets or simply scattered among garments for effective pest control. Other natural pest repellents include bay leaves, rosemary, and mint. These herbs contain essential oils that deter insects and can be used in sachets or placed directly among stored items.